All right, we're here with Kurt Kohler, head coach, Fort Hays State University, for 2017 MIAA Volleyball Virtual Media Day. Coach, your team is coming off a second straight 20-win season, just the second time the Tigers have accomplished the feat since joining the NCAA. Well, what can this year's team do to make that 3 in a row for the first time in program history?
Yeah, I think we need to really step up our leadership. We lost a lot of great seniors last year, and so we need to really improve our leadership with our younger players. Pick up our defense quite a bit. That was one area of our game that kind of struggled a little bit last year, so we really need to pick that up, and I think we got some great players to do that this year. And then offensively, we lost a ton of our offenses last year, so we need to really come in with an aggressive mindset, being able to to score the points that we need to at the right times.
Like you mentioned, you lost a pretty talented group of seniors last year, but you still return a nice group of young players, including a big group of incoming new players. What stands out about this year's team than different years in the past?
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of experience with those younger players. We've got, I believe it's 11 freshmen coming in. So it's going to be, a learning season for us, for those young players getting used to the MIAA competition. But I think our older kids, our upperclassmen, are really going to excel, take on that leadership role. Kids like Sydney Dixon and Callie Christensen have been on the court for most of their career. Kaylee Klibbe's another one that's gotten a lot of playing time, and Aslan Cassidy. So those kids, I think, are going to contribute quite a bit and help raise the level of competition. But I think our defense, again, is going to be a whole lot better than it's been in the past.
Very good. Like you just mentioned, what ways do you expect this group of returners to influence your incoming class?
Yeah, I think leadership-wise, I think we've got some good leaders in there. So those kids are going to help those freshmen come along pretty well. We've got a couple of transfer players, so it'll be nice to see some older kids come in with some different experiences and contribute to our program in that way. But again, like I mentioned, with Callie, Aslan, Sydney, Kaylee Klibbe, those are some kids that have been in our program for quite a while now, and they know what's expected, and they're competitive kids. So I think we'll end up having a great season with them.
I've already mentioned a couple, but any players or positions you see making a big impact for the Tigers this year?
Yeah, like I talked about, our defense, Taylor White, she redshirted for us last year, had an incredible spring for us, so I'm really excited to get her out on the court this year. I think she'll be a huge contributing factor, either as our libero or as a defensive specialist for us. Aslan Cassidy, we moved back to the outside during our spring season, and I think she'll do pretty well there. Megan Alexander was a player that started off last season pretty strong, and so I hope that she can come in and continue that through the entire season. And then I mentioned some of the upperclassmen already. Freshman-wise, I think Logan Wallach is a kid coming out of the Phoenix area that is a very strong hitter, and I think she'll be good to replace some of the offense that we lost this last year. And then we got a transfer with Ashley Webb in the middle, coming out of Garden City Community College, very athletic middle, so she'll be fun to watch. Sabrina Rogers is a kid that transferred from Columbus State after they shut their program down, defensive specialist, so she's going to do well for us. And then we got a lot of those freshmen that could step in and contribute, and you never know with freshmen how they're going to come in right away, but there's some very good athletes in that group, and so I'm excited for what they can all contribute to our program.
Exciting. What are your thoughts on competing in the MIAA annually, one of the toughest conferences in Division II?
Yeah, the MIAA is fun because you really do have to be at the top of your game every night, every match that we play, and the teams that finish at the bottom of the conference could end up beating the teams at the top on any given night. So it's fun to make sure that every time we step out on the court, we're completely prepared and If you're having an off night, you're probably not going to get the wins that you need in the MIAA. So it's going to be a fun season. I'm excited about these kids that we've got on our team this year, and what they're going to be able to do in the MIAA. And like I said, it's a tough conference, so no telling how we'll finish, but I think it's going to be fun for us.
What are your expectations or goals for the season?
Because we have so many freshmen, I think developing those kids, getting them some court time so that they can continue to have that success. A lot of people have said this is a rebuilding year for us, and we still expect to be in the top four. We finished fourth in the conference standings last year, had that fifth spot actually going into the tournament, but we want to make the conference tournament again, and once we get there, have some success. We need to win that first round game and move on. I think we're at that point in this program where we need to continue getting better through conference play and into the conference tournament. So that's our goal for the year, and academically, again, we always want to be a AVCA academic All-American team, and we've done that now for 3 years in a row, so that's another goal that we'll have. But I think these girls that we've got coming in, along with our returners, are going to be great contributors to our program and really carry on the tradition of Fort Hays State volleyball.
All right. Any additional thoughts looking ahead to the 2017 season?
Yeah, it's going to be a fun year, and I'm excited to get rolling next week.